2, 1. And going live. Yo. It looks like we are in business. And Toast is left right when the show started. That's when Toast decides to get up. Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. He's back. My bad. Looking at the slate screen. So, welcome back. Sauce coming off another victory last night. Plus 1.10 units. But I think the real hero last night was Prop Beaver, just because the color green is so unfamiliar to him that when he sniffs it out, it's like a slow clap.
It's like a foreign substance to me. It's strange. In the green, but I'm very.
It says my mic's echoing. That means it's.
All right, no, I got
Beaver,
that.
my mic's echoing, which.
I got the AirPods in now.
It?
It shouldn't be echoing anymore. So if people can confirm that, that'd be great. But I put the AirPods on, so it should not be echoing.
Why weren't they on before?
Listen. Honestly, I was just.
Never mind. As long as it's working now, all right, we're good now. Jesus.
I'd like to address a comment.
Toast would like to address the comment.
Just for the record, I don't hate the Yankees. I've been a Yankees fan my whole life. I just know how to bet games. So, yeah, I just because I like a team doesn't mean I'm going to bet them every day. I'm not a homer. That kind of makes me a little bit different than most Yankee fans. I get that, but
I think
there wasn't teams where I grew up, so they were good when I was young. I've always liked them.
I think this whole process will go easier if you just come out and admit that you hate the Yankees.
Yeah.
Rather than dancing around it.
I start to. Like, it's really hard to go to, like, see my wife and kid go to their Padres games and stuff, and, yeah.
All right. So, we got 14 and a half games, let's say. So, let's start. And I'm going to start on this very first game. You can pretty much copy and paste the exact same description I gave for yesterday's game. It's the same exact thing for this one. Of course, I'm going to back Cincinnati again. This will be the 5th straight day. I'm backing the Reds. On the previous 4, I'm 3-1. This Marlins lineup is as low as it gets on the totem pole. Yeah. Graham Ashcraft is shaky as hell. I'm not going to sit here and sing his praises. But hold on. He does have a 4.84 ERA in July, but to be fair, he's given up a ton of hits and walks, so that he's lucky to have that 4.84 ERA in July. But once again, it doesn't matter. I don't care if the Red starter completely sucks today, because the Marlins cannot score runs, period. And one last point, the Reds literally just saw Braxton Garrett a week ago and completely destroyed this kid. So yeah, definitely on the Reds. Beaver, give me Cincinnati moneyline plus 118.75 units. And Toast, why don't you take it from there?
You can copy and paste that straight over to me, too. There's nothing that I can say to add on it to the fact like I did yesterday. I just can't get behind this Marlins team. I understand that both teams both teams just saw these guys their last start, so there's no really advantage either way. And I'll take that Cincinnati lineup over Miami's lineup all day. So, and by the way, Miami just traded Pop and somebody else, another bullpen piece, it's escaping my name right now, to Toronto. So just even more reasons to fade Miami.
Yeah. So as much as I actually would love to bet the Marlins here, I really would. I think that Ashcraft is going to get hit up a bit. If you thought he was bad at home, this guy's even worse on the road. And against righties, I mean, his recent stretch has been dreadful. Last 8 starts, 855 OPS, 6.59 ERA, a 1.75 WHIP. I'm not about that, but at the very same time, they've said it best. The Miami lineup is the most pathetic lineup in all of baseball. It's truly terrible. It's implausible. And every single day they try to imitate what the Nationals do. It is truly embarrassing. I'm just going to make this a half unit, but I'm going to go Cincinnati first 5, team total under 1.5. That's at minus 105. half unit. I think that Braxton Garrett's a lot better than he showed in that game. It was probably one of his only rough starts in quite a while. And I think that if you look at Cincinnati on the road against lefties, they've been terrible. They only got 3 hits off of Luzardo yesterday. And his first start since, I'm not going to say it, but some war of sorts. It's been quite a long time, and he looked phenomenal against them. Last 9 of 11 games against a lefty on the road for Cincinnati's gone under. I'll take the value there at minus 105.
Holy cow, we got a super chat coming in for you, Beaver. Kyle Kirms saying celebration for Beaver finally hitting the green yesterday.
I don't know. I don't know if he's able to see. I don't know if he's able to see the super chats in his Wirecast screen.
That's why I wanted to make him known.
I see it in the comments. Yeah. It's weird.
It doesn't show. Yeah, it doesn't show that there's $5 attached to it, right?
So you sent $5 to yourself? Is that? I'm just trying to.
Yeah. I
mean. Okay. All right. Just trying to.
It was more just to highlight the comment. Yeah, all right. Anyway, next game. Mets at Nationals. Jesus. All right. So obviously DeGrom's first MLB start of the season, and the Mets are priced like he's in midseason form in a Cy Young year. I mean, but to be fair, a large majority of the reason that this price is so high is not just Jacob DeGrom. It's because we have to ask the question of who the hell is going to be in this Nationals lineup tonight. Because Soto's gone, Josh Bell's gone. As a result of that, I'm thinking everyone's going to be on the Washington team total under. Mets minus 1.5, Mets minus 2.5. Don't blame you at all. To me, I think the best way to spend my money on this game, I'm going to play the over. It's at 8. Over 8 minus 115 at 0.75 units. The Mets against a guy named Corey Abbott. He's only thrown 67 major league pitches this entire season, which is 67 more than DeGrom's thrown, to be fair. But Mets should put up a huge number. And I actually think DeGrom might be a little rusty. I think this scrappy Washington lineup with nobody in it could put up a run or two on DeGrom, who just was pitching against the minor leagues last week. So I think the Mets can get 6 or 7, and the Nationals can get 2 or 3, which gives us our over. Beaver, go second.
All right, so I'm betting the Mets 2 ways here. There's simply not a chance in hell that I'm backing Chris Abbott, who sounds like a fictional character, and this fucking Washington Nationals lineup. Not a chance in hell. The Mets bats are hot right now. I like what I'm seeing. I think we should cruise through the series. DeGrom to record a W, that's only at plus 100. I don't care if it's a trap. At that point, I'll put a half unit on it. Because I do think he goes 5 innings pretty easily against the people that he's going to be seeing today. And then I'm also going to go with a Mets-Milwaukee moneyline parlay. That's a minus 128, and I'm putting a full unit on that one. Quite confident the Mets get the jobs done here. I don't even really need to get into it.
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. The only thing that I can add is to everybody that's betting the Mets like minus 3 or minus 3.5 or whatever these crazy lines are. Again, the Washington lineup with a combination of Abbott, you can't get behind him. But he did give up some home runs in his last AAA start. It wasn't like he was like fantastic. He gave up I think 2 home runs his last start. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to bring the juice down just a little bit with an SGP Mets money line over 7.5 at plus 115 for 0.75 units.
You got that for minus 115?
Plus 115. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Okay.
You saying it's good or bad?
No, I'm just a bit shocked. A minus 300 favorite, and all you do is just add an over in it, and that's the price. I mean, great bet, Toast. Jeez.
I mean, dude, look at my bet. The over 8 is minus 115 by itself.
Yeah,
and when you do the SGP, it brings the money line down like 50 cents too, which helps.
I noticed that too.
Yeah, what is that? What the fuck's going with that?
I don't know why it does that.
All right.
All right. Next game. Seattle at Yankees. Toast, the Yankee hater. Why don't you go first?
Yeah, the Yankee hater, man. And guess what? He's fading the Yankees again. I'm going to take Seattle in the first 5 at plus 120 for 0.75 units. Understand a lot of people might not get behind this. I didn't see the same game as everybody else saw yesterday. Did the Yankees smash them? Yeah. But it's not like the Yankees were manufacturing runs. Everything came off the long ball. Logan Gilbert's been really good for almost all year now. He did face the Yankees. I understand it's not the same lineup at all, but he did face the Yankees last year, went 7 innings, and only gave up 1 hit, I think. Definitely was 0 runs. So, I just think that this is a very good price. I understand that Tyone's been pitching a little bit better, but again, I just think the Yankees are overpriced here still with Logan Gilbert on the mound. And like I said, with what I saw yesterday, the Mariners had him loaded in the second inning. They had 2 men on in the first inning. I think a base hit here or there changes the complexion of that ball game. So I'm going to continue to ride Seattle here, even with that crap lineup.
All right, Beaver, why don't you go second?
All right. I made a promise to myself that I'm going to bet the Yankees more. If anybody hates the Yankees and doesn't bet them because of that reason, it's me. It's not Toast. I fucking hate this team. But I mean, today is just not the spot to bet on them. Do you guys see how much money is on the Yankees today? 97% of the money's on the Yankees. And how much has the line moved? 0. Not 1. Not zilch. Nada. Listen, Logan Gilbert is a scarecrow. I will die on that hill. He's a scarecrow. But, dude, I'm telling you, when it's a big moment, when it's a big game, Logan Gilbert does show up. And if there's one thing that Jameson Taillon sucks at, it's pitching against lefties. I know he's returned to form lately, but I'm not going to forget over month and a half where he was downright terrible. I really don't like the spot for him. I'm going to go with Seattle in the first 5 money line at plus 120, and I'm going to put 0.75 units on it. I don't think the books are trying to give out free money, people. It's not their intention. I can tell you that safely. So I think that I see somebody saying don't do it, but I have to do it. I'm going Seattle in the first 5.
Yeah, I'm on the other side. I'm on the Yankees again today. So you can put me down for Yankees first 5 minus a half run at minus 110 for 0.5 units. And you could also put me down Yankees on the run line. Yankees minus 1.5 at plus 125 for a half unit. So yeah, Logan Gilbert has been a beast on the road this whole year. He's got great numbers on the road, but you know what? Jameson Taillon also has excellent numbers at home. He's been good as shit at home. See, Logan Gilbert on the road this year, 6-1 with a 2.47 ERA. Great numbers, right? Taillon's numbers at home, 6-1 with a 3.16 ERA. It's right there. The starting pitching matchup in this spot is a wash. And the truth is, if you take away these starting pitchers, everything else here points to the Yankees by a mile. Yeah, the Yankees' numbers against right-handed pitching are not as electric as the numbers against left-handed pitching. Against lefties in the past 2 weeks, they're first. Against righties, they dropped down to 12th. So not as good. But want to know where the Mariners are against right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks? 27th in the MLB. One of the worst teams in baseball hitting righties right now. I'm not backing them on the road in Yankee Stadium. I'm going to probably take the same bet tomorrow as well. I just can't back this lineup. I think Taillon pitches a great game, and I'm on the Yankees 2 ways.
Taillon has pitched well at home against the Royals, the Athletics, and Boston, while Logan Gilbert's pitching against the Astros and
all those teams you just named are hitting righties better than the Mariners right now.
I just want to go on the record. Don't ever
Everybody's going to be hitting better than the Mariners right now, especially without France and Julio. I mean, that's not a shock.
Don't ever call
why
me.
Why is it only plus 120?
Don't ever call me Public Pete again taking this bullshit ass bet with the fucking Yankees. Don't ever. 97% of the money.
Call me bank account Pete because I just stay caked over here.
Fair. Fair.
The Yankees yesterday was public too. That was a big hit for me. I had a full unit of plus money.
You should have said bank account Bernie.
It would have been. That was a horrible, horrible nickname. Bank account Pete. Bad. Bad.
All right, next game. Brewers at Pirates. I'll go first here because I just went last, and in my opinion, we're looking at the biggest blowout on this slate. There's just no angles here. There's nothing. Beaver, I'll give you my bets first. Brewers minus 1.5 at minus 150 for 0.75 units. And Brewers minus 2.5 at plus 110 for a half unit. Seriously, it's like that. Corbin Burns is on the mound. That's number one. The Pirates' bats have been horrible. That's number two. So right there, let's say we can put the Pirates down for maybe one run through 6 or 7. Do you want to know who's first in Major League Baseball in the past 2 weeks against right-handed pitching? It's the Brew Crew. They have a combined team OPS over 1,000 against righties for the last 2 weeks. Now, you'll see that against lefties because there's not as many plate appearances. But against right-handed pitching, you're talking about 250 to 350 plate appearances at least. And a team OPS over 1,000 in the past 2 weeks is dangerously impressive. The Brewers' bats are hot. Want to know who's on the mound for the Pirates? His name's Bryce Wilson, who was there last year. I remember him from last year. He's really, really struggling this season. You ready for this? Bryce Wilson, this is my final point. Bryce Wilson has started 4 games at home in Pittsburgh this year. 4. He's got an 8.20 ERA in those 4 starts against the team that's hitting righties better than anyone in baseball right now. This is a nightmare for the Pirates. Brew Crew all the way. Whoever wants to go second, go ahead.
I'll just follow it up. There's not a chance in hell I'm betting the Pirates here. I saw them firsthand. That is the most god-awful lineup I've ever seen. Yeah, so I'm sticking with that money line parlay. And then what I'm also going to do is Corbin Burns under 1.5 earned runs. I'm getting that plus 110, and I'm going to put 0.75 units on that bad boy. I don't know if anybody's noticed how bad the Pirates' bats are besides myself, but let's just look at them against righties since break. 30th in OBP, 30th in OPS, 30th in WRC+, 29th in hard hit percentage. Now you're getting Corbin Burns on the road against lefties, his single best spot. I mean, come on, people. Come on. I mean, Burns is going under, and I think 7 and 9 road starts. They're facing this sorry-ass lineup. I mean, this is ridiculous right now. Another thing I just want to add, not an official play or anything, but I really like Rowdy Tellez to hit a home run today. He's got the best ISO, the best hard hit percentage against righties as of late, and now he's going to be facing Bryce Wilson, who I believe this is over the past 2 starts, has a 55.2 hard hit percentage against lefties. I like that at plus money. Probably going to be my Dinger Tuesday pick because honestly,
55.2% hard hit.
55.2 hard hit percentage against lefties. Yes.
Is he throwing beach balls at home plate? Like,
give me the beat boy and free my soul. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this guy.
All right, Toast. I'm assuming you're not going Pirates here, are you?
No. Brewers minus 1.5 at minus 150 for a full unit. I actually think that minus 150 is cheap. When I was looking at this, I was willing to pay like 165. So I actually think that we're getting some value there. And then I'm also going to do for 0.75 units, Brewers Cardinals money line parlay at plus 116.
To the one guy saying, don't ever bet on players to hit home runs. Dinger Tuesday is a promo. If you bet someone to hit a home run, you get, like, what is it, $5, $10 for every home run hit in that game. So that's why people do it.
Yeah, I've never bet a parlay bet on any other day except Dinger Tuesday. Never.
Yeah,
it's like, so if you take a guy to hit a home run, if there's 4 home runs, you put $20 on it. If there's 4 home runs in the game, you broke even, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, I think on the year I'm like up like 3 units. Like you kind of goes up and down, but if you hit 1 or 2, it's good. Or you just have 1 good game of home runs, it's nice.
I'm actually the new person that I'm gonna get someone else behind the scenes to just track all kinds of strange bets to see if we're missing value somewhere. In fact, Beaver, I need one of your friends or so. We'll talk after. Next up, next game.
My friends are imbeciles. We'll see about that.
Yeah, damn, are they? Yeah, mine are the same way. They're fucking degenerates.
Up here by myself.
Blue Jays at Rays. Toast go first because I'm pretty sure he didn't say this, but I can tell by the way he's talking. I think he's going sharp and taking Tampa here.
I am. I'm going to go Tampa first 5 money line at plus 110 for 0.75 units. And then I'm also going to take the over 7 for a half a unit at at minus 120. I won't lie. I went back and forth on this game. But Gausman has pretty good numbers, but he's been kind of hit or miss over the last month for me. And then you take into account Drew Rasmussen, who at home has been very good. Teams have a 663 OPS against him. That's pretty damn good. And then last but not least, Toronto. Their last 26 trips to Tampa Bay, just 8-18. I'm going to take Tampa on the first 5.
I got that at plus 125. I mean, plus 124, Toast. Do you want to add? Yeah, you want to add that? Okay.
Right. They're 8-18 in their last 26 games in Tampa Bay.
Correct.
Yes.
Hold on. I want to see how many of those are this year.
Not a lot
I had
of
threw
them.
a wrench in Cross's shit.
I didn't like the sound of that. That's all.
I didn't like that.
I'm on Toronto. And let me
Because I was on Toronto too. I was on Toronto too until my uncle sent me a text. So trust me, you're not alone, brother.
Hold on, though. To be fair, they've only played 3 games in Tampa this whole season.
Yep.
So they're 1-2 this year. All right, good. I'm safe. I'm good with my pick still. Am I up? Is it my turn?
Sure. Yeah, go.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm on Toronto, and I did it 2 ways, Beaver. If you want to break out the keys, Toronto money line minus 139 for a half unit, and Toronto minus 1.5 at plus 135 for another half unit.
See, I don't even hate that. Yeah.
I went with so we got a solid pitching matchup here, specifically because the spots. Gausman's been a beast on the road, bro. He's been good as shit, and so right off the bat, I was like, all right, I love Toronto here. But then you look at Drew Rasmussen. Yeah, he's a fade machine on the road, but at home in Tampa, he's got great numbers. Both of them, the Rasmussen at home and Gausman on the road, both have ERAs in the low 2s. This should be a dynamite pitching matchup here. But then you combine that with the AL East, which all they seem to do is just hit missiles off each other. So, at first I was on the over or the under, and then I was on the over, and then I wanted to go back to I don't know. So I stayed away from the total. But to be honest, to find the edge, because I like this pitching matchup to be pretty close. I don't really want to give either team a lean. We're looking at the lineups, and recent performance just all goes to Toronto. Blue Jays are second in Major League Baseball in OPS against righties the past 2 weeks. Tampa all the way down in 20th. And it gets even more one-sided because you want to know which bullpen in baseball has been putting up probably the best numbers in the league over the last 2 weeks, the Toronto Blue Jays. So, in my opinion, Drew Rasmussen at home has been a beast. I'll succeed that, but I think the rest of it points my way to Toronto.
I also, just for the record, I would agree with that. I wanted no part of Tampa Bay in the full game.
Yep.
Oh, right, because you're on the first 5, so technically we kind of see it similarly. And here comes Prop Beaver.
I also think that you playing it at minus 1 both at a half is really good too. It's like minus 1 at a cheaper price.
Yeah, I love the first 5 money line in this game. I love it. And let me tell you why. Drew Rasmussen at home is a goddamn beast. That's first off. Second of all, Drew Rasmussen against righties is a goddamn beast. Put them together, and the man has fantastic numbers at home. Everybody's talking about his hard hit percentage. Oh, he's due for regression. At home against righties, that's 27%. I'm really not concerned about that. And then when the hell's the last time Kevin Gausman's looked good? Really? I mean, let's just be completely honest with ourselves. He hasn't looked all that great lately. Do I like the spot for him on the road against some lefties? I certainly do. He's been phenomenal in those spots. But simply put, Drew Rasmussen against this Toronto lineup has owned them not only last year, but the year before that, and including this year when he saw them. 1.61 ERA, 0.89 WHIP in those starts, and in his last 4 starts against the Blue Jays, he's 3-1 in the first 5. At plus money, with all the money on Toronto, I have no choice but to ride with the Sharps here. I really like this play.
Yo, that guy Jack Cal came in the comments. He's waiting for Beaver's walk prop.
Oh, no walk props today, but I'll tell you what, I would have been 0.5 units richer yesterday had Brad Keller played.
Yeah, that bet got washed. He's playing tonight, so why aren't you backing it?
I mean, well, first of all, you don't know my picks for that game yet, but
you just said no walk props tonight.
I'll jump through the screen, bro. I'll jump through the screen and attack you. All right.
Next game. Arizona at Cleveland. Oh shit!
I'll go first.
Where do my notes go for this one?
Oh no.
Oh no, it's right here. I got it. All right, yeah, Toast, go first.
I'm going to continue to ride Cleveland here on the money line at minus 135 for a full unit. There is some, I think me and Beaver talked about this. There was some weird line movement, right, with all the money on Cleveland, and then there's no movement. Beaver, am I right with that?
Yeah, this reeks of a trap. I'm staying away.
Okay. Got it. So I just to throw that out there because that was in there. But for me, Tristan McKenzie at home, I just really can't fade Cleveland right here. I know that he's been very good at home, and Zach Gallen's been pretty decent. But at the same time, I just can't get behind an Arizona lineup with guys like Beer and Carson Kelly and Sergio Alcantara on at the bottom of the lineup. So. I think Cleveland is making a strong push to win this division, and they're going to need to win games like this, especially with like teams like the Twins making moves. So I expect a very good effort from the Cleveland Indians today. Oh, the Guardians today.
Well, personally, I didn't think the action and the line movement or lack thereof was that sketchy.
I also won under. Sorry, under 7.5 minus 105 for a half unit. I apologize, Sauce.
It's all right. Under 7.5. So yeah, I didn't think that this line was as crazy as you guys just made it seem. Recently Tristan McKenzie has been better in the past like 2 months. But if you just use like the last year and a half as a sample size, I think most people would say Zach Gallen has been the better pitcher. So even though maybe right now Tristan McKenzie is hotter, overall, I'm not sure if I'm willing to be like, yo, Tristan McKenzie's better than Zach Gallen right now. Not to mention Zach Gallen seems to be heating back up. In his 5 starts in July, they're all solid. He's got a 3.03 ERA. In 4 of those 5 starts, he let up 4 hits or less. He's really not getting hit like he was earlier in the season. I think he's coming back. That being said, look at who he's pitched against in his last 4 starts. The Giants twice, home against the Nationals, home against the Rockies. It doesn't get worse than that. That is just a sorry assortment of lineups to pitch against there. So, yeah, the numbers are improving, but they're actually going to see a lineup today. Gallen's going to have to pitch to Cleveland in Cleveland. And in case you haven't noticed, the Guardians bats are back. And if you just use the last 2 weeks as a sample size, they're top 10 in almost every single offensive category. Cleveland's hot. And as far as the Diamondbacks bats, I think there's value on them at home, and there's value on them against lefties. On the road against righties, not so much. Definitely on the Guardians here. I think Tristan McKenzie throws a good game. So Cleveland first 5 minus a half run at plus 115 for a half unit. And Cleveland money line at minus 137 for another half unit for me.
All right, so when I was reading the prop lines for this game, I didn't like what I was seeing because Tristan McKenzie, it started off where his under was vigged in terms of earned runs, and now it's all the way vigged to the over. I'm not a big fan of that. I personally don't like where the money's going on this game. It's been on Cleveland all day, 96% of it, no movement whatsoever, no budge. So I really don't like that. I'm just going to go with my favorite K prop of the day today, Gallen under 4.5 Ks. People, you cannot go to Cleveland and strike these dudes out. I promise you that. In fact, the last 22 of 25 righties at Cleveland have gone under this total. They've held guys like Manoah, Cease, Berrios. I'm blanking on some names right now, but just about every beast you can imagine under this line. I really don't like the spot for Gallen on the road here. I think now that he's seeing a real lineup, he's also going to have a bit more trouble. On top of that, he's only 3 of 8 on the road this year, and overall, if you look, I just said the past 22 of 25 have been under 4.5. The past 24 of 25 have been held under their total. No Franmil Reyes in the lineup tonight because he got optioned to AAA, and his K percentage is 38%. So if we're talking about a team that already doesn't strike out, you take out the biggest target. I mean, Jesus, they've been a cash machine all season. I'm going to keep riding with it here at very low risk.
Did they really option him down?
I got a notification last night that he was getting optioned down.
Wow.
And then if he didn't get optioned down, let's just say that, I don't think he's going to be playing today. If you're in,
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. I was just crazy.
he's been terrible. Brandon Drury also just went to the Padres apparently. Yeah.
All right.
I like it.
Who cares?
Me.
People that like baseball, the fuck?
I don't even know who that is. Brandon Jury.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
one of the best.
Jesus Christ, Kyle. You know who Brandon Drury is?
I don't do anything in baseball.
Okay, well,
would
that
involve-
really kind of, I'm not going to lie, it kind of kills our Cincinnati bet because he's probably one of their better hitters. So,
Oh, I do know who he is, actually. Yep, I remember him from earlier in the year. Yeah, all my bets in baseball are based on team stats. So other than starting pitchers and bullpen arms, I never have any reason to learn anyone's name.
that's why I always say I like when I cap with you because it's a different view.
Yeah. Next game, I have Phillies and Braves next. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm going last. I want to hear what you two have to say about this.
All right, I'll start. So it's a bullpen day for the Phillies, and why don't we take a look at some Phillies bullpen numbers here? Remember when the Phillies were hot, like in early June, and the bullpen numbers were great? It was like, wow, who is this Phillies team? Those days are just like so long gone. This bullpen sucks. This bullpen sucks. In the past 2 weeks, the Phillies bullpen is bottom 5 in the MLB. An ERA, batting average allowed, slugging percentage allowed, and on-base percentage allowed. Absolutely awful. But, and there is a huge but, this is where the game gets complicated. This Phillies lineup, who we know can be dangerous. Yeah, they're up and down just like most lineups in Major League Baseball, but we know that they have the potential to be dangerous. They just saw Spencer Strider exactly 1 week ago. I actually think they score a few runs on them. I went back and forth. I wanted to bet the Phillies to win the game, but to be honest, I think the most valuable bet on the board is instead of trying to go Phillies plus 1.5 or Phillies money line, Phillies team total over 3.5 is at plus 115. I love it. Put a full unit on that.
Yeah.
God, sharp like Wisconsin cheddar.
Yeah, no way am I betting the Phillies here today. What is it? They're getting more money than the Braves today, which I find a bit ridiculous. You were just mentioning those bullpen numbers. Let's take a bigger look at it. 27th in ERA, 26th in OBP WOBA, bottom half of the league in hard hit percentage since break, and now they're facing righties, which they have been tragically bad against. Nick Nelson blows. He has horrible numbers against the Braves. So even as an opener, that's not an edge. And Spencer Strider, I don't know what your deal is with Spencer Strider, but Spencer Strider's nasty. He has sunned the Phillies both times he's played them this year. I don't think they have a guy in the lineup that could truly get to him. So I'm going with a Braves double result here. Give me the Braves double result.
Just put DBL. Whatever.
They're not going to know what the hell that is, bro. Oh, you're talking about for double, like shortening it?
To help you, yeah.
right.
Also, minus plus 115, not minus.
Oh, yeah, my bad on that. I'm just trying to cost you some vig, honestly. It's kind of my goal.
You got to do something to try to beat me because whatever you're doing is not working.
Yeah.
Toast, what do you think?
I respect the hell out of you because I was trying to get there myself. I didn't get there, but I see what you mean, especially with them seeing Spencer Strider his last start right away too. That kind of helps. I get that. I'm just played the Braves with the Brewers. Hold on, I'm getting that number right now. I crossed it out on accident. Braves Brewers moneyline parlay coming back at. What is it? Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. I clicked the wrong button. Minus 112 for full unit.
Yeah, so people want to know what a double result is. So essentially, you're betting on the Braves to win the first 5 and the full game. No, if they tie, it does not count. You lose your bet. The fact that it's VIG to minus 130, though, every time I've seen a bet like that where it's VIG'd and it's a double result without the tie, it shows me that they're pretty confident that they're going to win both halves in terms of what the books are thinking. So that's why I went with that.
Yeah, I know on DraftKings it's under the innings tab.
I
That
believe
helps.
it. I believe it's under the innings tab as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. We should really. That's when the new guy starts. We should have him go and like make a list of where to find all common bets, like team totals and stuff. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked.
It's actually under game parlays. If you go to the game, it's going to be under game parlays, and then it's going to say, yeah,
it is game parlays. Yeah,
and then it's going to say first 5 innings money line. If you're doing SGP, under innings is where you'll find the double result, but regularly it's under game parlays. Yeah.
All right. Next game. I'll go first. This was a quick cap for me. Twins minus 1.5 plus 105 full unit. Oh no!
What?
I accidentally copied over my notes for this game. Shit! I have my Philly notes copied and pasted twice.
This guy didn't prepare and is lying, saying he copied over his notes. Sad. I just want y'all to know.
I'll send you a screenshot.
I'm kidding.
Right now
I'm kidding. What are the odds?
Chris Archer. Can I speak, please?
What are the odds?
Chris Archer's last 2 starts very uncharacteristic. If you look at the rest of his season, in May and June, he was very consistent, especially late May into June. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 starts and led up a total of 10 runs. And he only goes 4 or 5 innings, but still very impressive. And then these last 2 starts, he wasn't good, but he pitched against the White Sox and then went into Milwaukee, which was a few days ago. We know how hot the Brewers have been. And if you rewind back to July 17th when he pitched against the White Sox, they were also hot, that lineup. So I think it's more of a case of bad luck. I think Chris Archer throws 5 innings of scoreless baseball today. So there's probably other ways to bet that as well. But mostly I was just on the Twins. And you know what? Let me look at the Tigers' first 5 team total under to see, but I probably juiced to hell.
Minus.
Here we go.
1.5 plus 110.
Give me that for a half unit. Detroit first 5 team total under 1.5 plus 110.
And what was the odds for the spread?
Plus 105 for a full unit.
Word.
And a half unit on the Tiger one.
Okay. So, you want to go or should I go?
I'll go. Mine's very similar. Twins first 5 minus 0.5 at minus 130 for 0.75 units, and then Twins minus 1.5 at plus 105 for 0.75 units as well. Pretty much the same angle as Sauce. Chris Archer's been fantastic all year, and we're getting him after 2 bad starts against 2 quality teams, against a team now in Detroit that's not only selling pieces, they might even sell more before this game. There's just no way. And especially after last night, Twins coming back and winning after all that stuff on a home run by Gio, they have all the momentum today.
And then what was that second bet, please? You were going a little fast.
Twins minus 1.5 for 0.75.
What are the odds, sir? Oh, the same as his. You don't got to answer. All right. Yeah. So first of all, in what world is all the money on the Tigers? Matt Manning better be God if you're gonna put all your money on this kid after he hasn't played since Vietnam. I think that they're really gifting us one here. So I'm going with Archer under 2.5 earned runs. I got that at minus 125. I'm putting 0.75 units on it. Archer's been good all season, all because he had 2 bad starts recently of 4 and 6. I don't really think this line should be at 2.5. To say it should be at 1.5 could sound a bit crazy, but truthfully, I really think it should be. Detroit can't hit on the road against righties. I've said it a million times. The only person they've gotten to in the past 12 games they've played on the road against a righty is the bum ass himself, Lucas Giolito. I mean, simply put, I really think that this is crazy value. Also, Archer's not even going to pitch 5 innings, so I'm going to get an extra run, and I'm only going to have to drink 35 more cents of juice, and it has to be earned. Come on now. I love the value on that under-earned runs.
Yeah, it's good, especially since Archer isn't the type of dude that throws 7 innings. Like, he's 5 and out.
I don't think he's gone 6 innings once this year. If I'm being completely honest with you.
They don't use him. Yeah, they don't use him like that.
Yeah. So really like the value there. On to the next one.
He hasn't gone 6 innings in his last 10 starts. 3, 4, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5.
Yeah, so under 2.5 is fucking really good value.
He would have to get shelled.
Cubs at Cardinals next. Beaver, start us off.
All right, so Chiefs, you may have saw me yesterday bet the Boston money line with no regard and with no explanation. And I'm going to do the same thing with the Cubs today. I don't know what is going on in this game, but simply put, the amount of money on the Cardinals and the lack of line movement is mind-boggling to me. Keegan Thompson's worse on the road. He's played the Cardinals before and hasn't played well. And then Adam Wainwright, his last 4 starts against the Cubs have been stellar. But Eovaldi got shelled his past, 80 starts against the Astros and pitched an absolute gem yesterday. I'm not going to doubt the books on this one. I would definitely wait until it hits 6 p.m. if the Cubs decide to deal anyone. But if they don't, or even just one of the guys, I'll take the Cubs at plus money for a half unit. The bullpen for the Cubs has been excellent since break. Almost top 3 in every single category. The Cardinals has been in the bottom 5. So, as long as Thompson could keep it close to the first 5, I think the Cubs could pull a sneaky one out in the later 5.
Toast, go ahead.
I'm going to go Cardinals Mets moneyline parlay at plus 100 for 0.75 units. And then I'm also going to go Cardinals minus 1.5 at plus 125 for a half a unit as well. Getting Wainwright at home against a Cubs team that's selling off of parts at this price, I just got to have to do it. I don't think there's a chance in the world that the Mets lose either. So I just can't. I understand Beaver's angle. If they don't end up trading those guys, he's going to have a very valuable ticket in his hand. But for me, I got to ride the Cardinals, but especially with Wainwright at home.
All right. So I am all over the Cubs here. I love the Cubs today. Give me the Cubs first 5 plus a half run at minus 105 for 0.75 units.
Oh,
and
damn.
give me the Cubs money line at plus 146 for 0.75 units again.
It's plus 150 on DraftKings.
That's cool. I'll take the 150. Personally, I don't really buy into Keegan Thompson's home away splits anymore. Because it really looks like those numbers have accumulated based on what was happening in May. Keegan Thompson, his last 2 starts on the road were both very good.
Yeah, 2 of his last 10 starts have been on the road. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't pitch on the road.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. That's basically what I'm saying. And his last 2 starts on the road were both good. So I'm tossing out those home away splits. I think Keegan Thompson's a good starter right now. Absolutely. Adam Wainwright, by the way, he's going to scare a lot of people off the Cubs, and rightfully so. He's been dominant for so long. But I am not one of the people that Adam Wainwright is going to scare off a bet. First of all, his numbers on the road are very pedestrian. At home, he's a beast. On the road, he's 4-5 with a 4.38 ERA. Do those numbers really scare you? Take away the name Adam Wainwright, just 4-5 with a 4.38 ERA. It's going to scare you off a bet. No.
He's not on the road though.
No, I just realized that as I said that. So Keegan, for some reason, I wrote down Keegan Thompson's away splits and Wainwright's away splits. So Wainwright's been dominant. With everything you said, though. So Wainwright's been dominant at home and bad on the road. So that would switch things up. So switch my bets to 0.5 units because for some reason in my chart I have Wainwright's away numbers in there. So just change my bets to 0.5 units because I don't like him as much with Wainwright at home.
So
I will say though, I couldn't agree with you more about Keegan Thompson. I think he's a stud.
So Cubs
right,
plus,
and
Cubs
say that
plus
again?
Cubs plus 1.5 instead of the money line.
No, just switch the 0.75s to 0.5s. That's it.
Okay.
But I still love the Cubs here. I'm not going crazy on them with Wainwright at home. But still, regardless, the Cardinals are 1-4 in Wainwright's last 5 starts. The Phillies beat him twice. The Reds beat him. I'm definitely on the Cubs here. I don't know how I messed those stats up. Whatever. Definitely on the Cubs.
Next game.
Orioles at Rangers. I'll go first. If you rewind like a month ago, this would be the battle of the fade machines. Jordan Lyles on the road against Spencer Howard. But like they both have upsides though, and Spencer Howard's upsides, he's actually been throwing a lot better. Do you remember how garbage he was earlier in the year? Like he was really, really bad. In July he made 5 starts. He threw 23 and 2/3 innings, so that's just under 5 innings to start, because that was also an issue for him, was getting out of the game too early. He's almost averaging 5 innings to start now, the last month. And in those 5 starts, he's 2-1 with a 4.18 ERA. So that's somewhat solid. I'm not saying those are great numbers, but compared to the shit we were talking about Spencer Howard a month ago, I think that's pretty solid. Now, Jordan Lyles was great last start, but other than that, this dude on the road has just been an atomic explosion waiting to happen. His numbers on the road are so bad, and I didn't write them down, but let's pull them up right here. It'll take 2 seconds. They really are abysmal. He's 4-6 on the road. 6.12 ERA. And some of these games, he's just getting lit up.
The OPS is just crazy, though. 677 OPS at home, 884 on the road.
Holy shit, yeah. So the only bet I have here, because who knows, with these 2 lineups in Arlington, Texas, where the balls, those games just seem to go 10-9 back and forth. I'm going to take innings 6 through 9 out of it and just bet Texas first 5 -0.5 run at +110 for 0.75 units. Basically, I'm just taking the Rangers and Spencer Howard at home to beat Jordan Lyles in the first 5. That's it.
All right.
Whoever wants to go.
Yeah, I'll go next. So I'm all over the Texas train with you. I'm taking Texas first 5 money line at -120 for a half unit, and I'm also going to take their first 5 team total over 2.5 at +105 for a half unit. Let me just organize that on the screen a little bit. But okay, you thought the Jordan Lyles numbers you said were bad. I'm about to bring it into a whole nother perspective for you. So the Rangers have 6 lefties in their lineup. Do you want to hear what Jordan Lyles has done on the road against lefties? 1.151 OPS, 3.6 home run per 9, a 1.92 whip, a 35.8 hard hit percentage, and a 478 WOBA. That is terrible. That is abominable. And if you look at his road starts where he's performed well, it's not against teams that are lefty heavy like this. Actually, the best example, look at his 2 starts against the Rays. He got lit up on the road in his 2 starts against the Rays, and I think he let up 5 or 6 runs against the current Texas lineup too. The combination of Seager, Simeon, and Culberson and Calhoun own a 485 OBP and a 1.237 OPS against them. I think he's going to get rocked into a different planet here. Spencer Howard has been much, much better lately. I like the trajectory he's on, and I really think that we see a nice outing out of him. I'm going to isolate that first 5 because of the fact that Texas's bullpen has been so bad and the Orioles' bullpen has been so good lately, but I think there's a ton of value here on the board in both of these bets. Is Kyle frozen, or is he actually just stuck in position like that?
Oh yeah, he is frozen. I didn't even notice that actually. So I'm very similar. I'm very similar to you guys. Texas first 5 -0.5 at +110 for 0.75, just like Sauce. But I've also got another. I'm also going to go Texas -1.5 or 1.5 at +160 for a half a unit as well. Texas is one of those teams. I really can't go into any more than what you guys have already said. But what I can tell you is that Texas is one of those teams. When they win by margin. Their last 5 wins: 5-2, 7-2, 2-0, 11-8. These guys, when they win by margin, when they get the bats going and whatnot. So at +160, obviously the money line's way safer. I mean, that would probably be like a VIP pick or whatever. But for the show purposes and whatnot, I think at +160, I think that's extremely good value. Not to mention the fact that all those good things that we've said about the Baltimore bullpen, Lopez has been traded. Who knows what else could go out the door as well in the next couple hours.
And another thing not to mention, all the money's on the Orioles. This is beautiful.
Really?
And there's been reverse line movement. I'm loving it. I mean, I got to hit. Yeah, okay, now you're live. Now you're live, Chief. Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
You were giving me a mean stare there for a second.
We didn't even know that you were frozen at first. We just thought that you were like reading something.
Bro, I don't know. My browser, the screen just went black. I didn't lose connection or anything. I don't know what hell happened.
My Wirecast did that when you guys were doing your picks.
Royals at White Sox.
Beaver, go ahead.
All right.
This is Beaver's favorite game of the day.
People, listen. I've really tried with this Lucas Giolito clown. I have. But I've simply had enough. This guy is a menace to society, an absolute bum, and not a guy I will be backing. He's horrendous at home. Horrendous. Let's go ahead and look at the guy's last 4 home starts. 10.07 ERA, 394 OBP, 999 OPS, 422 WOBA. He is downright pathetic. And another thing that I'm really liking, let's look at his last 3 home starts against KC. Oh yeah, 0-3, 9 ERA, 1.38 whip. He's getting crushed by these dudes. I really don't like the spot for him. And then Brad Keller has been excellent against the White Sox in his last 4 starts. 1-1, 2.81 ERA, 0.97 whip, and he's won the first 5 in 3 of those 4 games, while Giolito lost the first 5 in all 4 of his last 4 home starts, and in his last 3 home starts against KC. This guy's a mockery. He's an embarrassment. I hate him.
Rook, you could just copy and paste your bet onto me for 0.75 units as well, and that's my only bet. Same reason.
All right, everybody's playing it, so good.
Yeah. I had the Royals money line written down as well, and then I ended up deleting it because of the bullpen. But just Brad Keller's been better than Giolito, straight up.
Isn't that an insane statement? Who would have walked into this year saying that? Giolito was a Cy Young candidate. Now he's actually, I don't know, man. He should be on the Rumble Ponies, but he's ass.
Rumble Ponies. Next game.
Tosh, you want to say anything about the game?
No, you covered pretty much everything I could possibly say.
We're just betting Keller versus Giolito. That's it. That's the bet.
I'm a passionate man.
Red Sox at Astros next. I'll go first with this.
Yeah,
I'll go first because it's super short. I'm not overthinking this at all. Astros are coming off a loss at home with Christian Javier on the mound. Trey Mancini officially in the lineup. They should win this game extremely comfortable. Also, Boston is trash. Houston minus 1.5. Houston minus 1.5 plus 105 for a full unit.
Toast, you go.
I couldn't agree more with Sauce. Call me a sucker. I love playing the Astros. Obviously, they let us down last night, but Boston's not only dealing with trades. I think that sending Vasquez isn't going to be good for a young pitcher like Cutter Crawford. Yeah, and same with Keegan Thompson. Only 2 of his last 10 starts have been on the road. So going into that juice box in Houston, I just don't like the spot for him at all. I'm all over the bad guys today. Same bet as Sauce.
Okay, and let me write that down for you, sir. Yeah, so I'm not going to pick a side in this game yet again because I don't know. There's something eerie in the air about this game. I don't know. I think that Christian Javier has an excellent game here. I really do. I think that he absolutely deals against this weird Red Sox lineup. But at the same time, I also believe that Cutter Crawford deals. I really do. I think Cutter Crawford's been pretty phenomenal thus far. I thought he had a horrible spot against that Cleveland lineup in the last game, and he went out there and he dealed. So I'm highly impressed with Crawford right now. I have a lot of trust in him. And on top of it, he's been fantastic against righties thus far. Just a 583 OPS, 0 home runs allowed, a 25 hard hit percentage. Those are numbers I like to back. And are we just going to ignore that Houston's come out of the break a bit flat? Because against righties since break, they're 24th in OBP, OPS, and 23rd in WRC+. I think they could get to that Boston bullpen because they proved time and time again they are piss poor. But I'm going to go with that first 5 under 4.5. I got it at minus 125, and I'm going to put 0.75 units on it because I really think that both of these teams come out and they pitch well. All the money is on the over, not a lot of line movement. I'll take the under here happily.
Interesante.
Indeed.
Next game. Oakland at Angels. Toast, start us off.
I'd love to. I'm going to take the Oakland money line at plus 108 for 0.75 units. And then I'm also going to take the under 7.5 at 0.5 units. I don't know what the odds are on that. I'm pretty sure it's even money. But
Minus 115.
Okay, there you go.
I know that because I had the same two bets written down.
First and foremost, I love to fade Noah Syndergaard. There's a chance that he doesn't pitch this game, but I'm pretty sure he's staying now. But if you take a look at what he's done at home, as much as I like to fade him and they do lose games, as far as pointing to the under, teams are only having a 602 OPS against him at home. And then if you take a look at Cole Irving for Oakland, he's been nothing but solid at home or on the road. And then take a look at who he's pitched against. Houston 3 times, Toronto and Texas. And then, oh, by the way, before that, it was the Yankees. So every team Cole Irvin's faced has bats to go. Oakland is 7-3 their last 10 games. They're playing very good baseball right now. I'm all over Oakland today.
Yeah, you can copy and paste those same bets, except just a half unit on Oakland money line for me. I got a half unit on either. All the action's on the Angels. Everyone's on LA,
Really?
and the line is dangerously close to a pick 'em. Even though Oakland's got Cole Irvin throwing. And the Angels are in the past 2 weeks, the Angels are 29th in the MLB in OPS against lefties. Noah Syndergaard throwing for the Angels. In the past 2 weeks, Oakland is second in the MLB in OPS against righties. So if you're going batter versus pitching matchup, you have second in OPS in Oakland versus 29th in OPS in LA. If you use the last 2 weeks as a sample size, definitely on the A's here. And I put down in bold, I'm on the under only if Syndergaard pitches. But it sounded like Toast just said he is going to pitch, so that doesn't apply.
Yeah, so crazy enough. Same exact two bets. It's pretty simple. Fade the money, ride with Cole Irvin. Has he been terrible on the road? Yes, he really has. Honestly, I think Cole Irvin is much worse pitcher on the road, but the Angels are so bad against lefties. I think it neutralizes it. I mean, his last 3 starts at LA before the one this year have been pretty phenomenal. He gave up, I think, 3 earned runs in the earlier one this year, but I think that Cole Irvin's on a roll right now. I think he should pitch well. And then Syndergaard is another guy who I think should pitch well. I think Oakland has been hitting great lately, but I think Syndergaard neutralizes some of that. And when it comes to the bullpen battle, I think that Oakland has the better bullpen right now, even without Trevino. So I like the plus money, and I like the value on the under, so love it.
Yeah, the one thing we should mention, though, you marked us down unders at 8. That minus 115, it's at 7.5. So whatever, but the total, and I'm seeing 7.5 for all major books, too. So.
Yeah,
All right.
I had 7.5.
Yeah. Actually, but the lab stage 7. So all 3 of us got under 7.5 and minus 105. That's what it's showing right now. So that's what we'll take.
Perfect. And just
Yep.
so everybody knows, if you guys are new to betting baseball, 7's a key number. So if you're getting 7 in a hook, it's like I love that. Love that.
Yeah, very frequent total number of runs, 7.
All right, looks like we're all good. Let's move on to
Next
the final game.
Oh, I thought there was 2 more.
There is.
I'm not.
There's 2 more, you jackass.
What is it's this one and then the second game of a doubleheader with a pitcher that nobody's ever
that's
heard
right.
of before?
I have a play on it, though.
Sounds like a Jurassic Park character.
Let me go first because, once again, super
Yeah.
quick. Very similar to the Astros pick. Not overthinking it. I am done with the Giants. Done. Nope. Going to give up 8 runs to the Dodgers yesterday with Logan Webb on the mound. No, I'm completely done. Give me the Dodgers money line at minus 143 for 0.75 units, and Dodgers minus 1.5 at plus 120 for 0.75 units. Dodgers 2 ways.
Go ahead, Beaver.
Dodgers minus
Yeah.
1.5.
So I've tried. I've really tried my best. I've tried to be sharp in the series between these two the past 4 games now, and I've lost every single one of my bets. I'm done betting on this bum ass Giants team. They have close to 0 talent in the lineup. I can't do it. I really can't. LID minus 1.5 plus 120. 0.5 unit. You've got the lineup. You've got the pitching. You've got the bullpen advantage. This will be my most public play of the day. I have to do it. This is getting insane at this point.
Toast?
Dodgers minus 1.5 plus 115 for a full unit. And then since you play the Dodgers money line, I'm going to go Dodgers money line, Mets money line at plus 119 for a half a unit, just so I can stay in the units race.
For a what unit?
Just a half.
Okay.
Plus, not one minus.
I wish I knew. There we go.
Let's go.
Next
I'm really
game
curious.
is...
The sauce's bet on this. It's got to be against Urena.
Yeah, but it's not on the Padres.
I figured it was going to be the over.
Yeah, it's just the over. And it's very simple explanation. These two starting pitchers, the one guy, I don't even know who he is. And the other guy is Jose Urena, who I warned you, Jose Urena was going to implode. And it just exploded. He is a literal pitching machine. And I mean one of those like that throws batting practice. I'm on the over here. Give me over 8.5 minus 110. Just a half unit. It's a second game of a doubleheader. I get it. But yeah, I wrote down a play for it, even though we don't usually take the doubleheaders too seriously.
I didn't pick anything
Toast?
for this.
Yeah, Beaver didn't pick. Toast, did you pick anything or no?
I'm literally just trying to see what their Padres first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 105 for half a unit.
Okay. Fading Urena.
What's the odds on that?
Minus 105.
I have a parlay to give out.
I have a hit parlay as well.
Dope. Beaver, do you have anything, or are you saying screw the viewers again?
Sounds
Sorry,
like the
He's got
answer,
nothing.
screw the viewers.
Yeah, screw the viewers.
Sorry, guys.
All right, clear my screen. So here's a parlay. It's I'm giving you one. I'm actually giving out the one on the show that I think has the best chance of hitting. Usually I share a riskier one on the show, but it's a 3-leg parlay. It is Blue Jays money line, Guardians money line, Twins money line at plus 355. Toast, hit parlay?
Yes, sir. It's a 4-legger this time. It's going to be Mookie Betts, Anthony Santander, Francisco Lindor, and Austin Riley, all to get a hit, coming back at a nice, juicy plus 320.
Betts Lindor, Riley,
Santander.
So there's a Sugma Von Nelson. All right, so there's a couple parlays. Let's let Beaver get these up on the screen. No, he got them all. All right. So is there anything else I gotta say before? Just giving everyone a head. So on Twitter, I posted the fall schedule. Don't need to go through it, but we're gonna have a ton of live shows Saturday and Sunday morning, Thursday night, Saturday and Sunday morning. Those are the 3 live football shows we're doing. Also, Toast is going to have a daily college basketball show that he will run on his own and get his own guests and stuff. So that'll start in October. So yeah, we'll be alive a lot more, and also the pick videos that I always do. They'll be back for football too. So thank you everyone for joining as always. Let's have a nice Tuesday night. Plenty of action. Spread your bets out. Be smart. Pick your spots. Spread your units out, man. And we'll see you. Oh, you know what? Real quick, let's see what we're doing tomorrow. Wednesday. Oh my God. We got to do an early ass one.
Always Wednesdays. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do Jesus. There's 2 games at 12. and then 3 at 1. Yeah, we got to do a 11 a.m. show. 11 a.m. tomorrow will be on 11 a.m. See you then, everyone. Have yourselves a great night. Talk to you guys on Twitter. Man, my neck is hurting for some reason. All right, we're clear.